CHRF UK was founded soon after the Sri Lankan Civil War ended in 2009, with a view to provide basic items such as milk powder, food, and clothing to the people affected by the war. We then progressed to encourage families to do self-earning projects, like the cultivation of poultry, livestock, and creating small businesses. In 2012, we came to know that the people in rural areas were struggling without water and hence could not do any self-earning projects. This resulted in CHRF constructing, refurbishing, and deepening over 600 wells for the widows, disabled, and those with children in various parts of Vanni.
In 2014, Laika's Jnanam Foundation donated funding towards the construction of 100 wells. This year, another charity called One Kind of Act has donated funding towards the well projects for disabled people in North and Eastern Sri Lanka. The construction is due to start soon.
In 2014 and 2015, we contributed towards constructing a children's and a male ward in Pudukkottai Hospital, which was totally destroyed during the end of the war. Since 2010, we have also helped with the education of and other aid for university students. In 2015, we had a request to help disabled people, including amputees and people with spinal cord injuries. 198 people, most of them with 2 or more children, lost 1 or more limbs and were measured for artificial limbs by the Rotary Club India in conjunction with the Rotary Club Mullaitivu. Following the request from the disabled, they were contacted over the phone from the United Kingdom and visited by our field workers in Sri Lanka, who found out that they were living without very basic items such as crutches, beds, toilets, wheelchairs, water from wells, and had huge difficulty with travelling, and their living conditions were very poor. Following the visit and assessment, about 80 people were given crutches, which were funded by the Enlightenment Circle of East London, and Manitanayam UK promised to give beds for about 100 people and temporary commodes for the amputees. In April 2016, the president of CHRF, Shantaka, visited most of the disabled people who had their own special requests in every nook and cranny of Vanni. Places like Mullivaikal were visited. Her findings were that they lived in very remote areas, many miles from the main roads, hospitals, schools, and with no easily accessible public transport. Access to these places is very difficult. The amputees were given artificial limbs soon after the war, and they were now worn out, broken, and not fitting. They had wounds, pressured sores from ill-fitting prosthetics, and deformities. Most of them didn't know how and where to go to get it fixed or changed. Most of them always had to go to hospital with various problems, and it was an additional expense for them. Due to these people's disabilities, the only way that they can earn an income is the cultivation of poultry and livestock. Most of them don't have wells. If they were to have wells, they could cultivate, sell the products in the markets, or deliver them to the shops by carrying them in their bicycles. Some buy vegetables from other farmers and sell it in the markets by cycling there. But they cannot carry a lot, and cycling is too strenuous on their amputated legs. Some people buy fish and sell it, or dry the fish and sell it if they live near the coast. To carry and sell the products, the majority are asking for a three-wheeled motorbike. Most of these people have 2 or more children. They find it very difficult to feed them and educate them. Commuting to the school is extremely difficult or impossible without a bike or hiring an auto. It's an additional expense for them. Many widows who are amputees with children are struggling a lot because they find the cultivation and the marketing of their own livestock or produce very difficult. Thank you for the continued generous donations and support towards the disabled and others affected by war. Your continued support to our charity will enable us to continue our service successfully. Please see the photos from Shantaka's visit to Sri Lanka. We will send others after distributing the various items. Wells will be constructed from July onwards, weather permitting. Shantaka also had the opportunity to visit widows who received wells in the past, and they are all cultivating produce very successfully and marketing the products.
We at CHRF would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for all of your donations. Without your support, it would be impossible to continue with our aim of improving people's lives in Sri Lanka. With your future support, we strive to aid more people, providing them with a helping hand through a life less privileged than ours. A big thank you for all of your donations.